Well, let's take you back now to KZN. Of course, President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to touch down there in a few minutes, if not an hour or so. And that, of course, to see for himself the damage that has been wreaked by the flooding situation in KwaZulu-Natal over the past few days. Ayanda Mhlongo is there for us, and as she'd indicated earlier, she will be trying to get us interviews with some of the other stakeholders. And the Premier of KZN, Sihle Zikalala, has arrived. Let's take you there to Ayanda.
Thanks, Sakina. Yes, indeed, Sakina. The Premier of the province, Sihle Zikalala, has arrived here at the Pinetown Civic Centre. As we know that the Premier will be leading a government delegation from the province of KwaZulu-Natal that will be meeting with the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, as he arrives in the eThekwini Metro to assess the damage caused by the devastating floods that have claimed 59 lives in the province of KwaZulu-Natal and left hundreds of people destitute. Let me now, without wasting time, bring in the Premier. Premier, very good morning. Thanks very much for your time. Obviously, a difficult time for you in the province in terms of government's response. Just speak to us, Premier. I know you issued a statement yesterday. Cabinet had a special meeting last night. What is going to be the first steps for the government in terms of the response?
The first thing, we have declared a state of disaster. Then we are embarking as a second step on collecting the information and ensuring emergency interventions in all areas. That includes ensuring that all people have accommodation, those whose houses were destroyed. It also includes ensuring that people have food and things to wear, clothes to wear and to sleep. They've got shelters. So through our disaster management team, we have been able to provide such needs to the people. We are now undertaking the assessment of damage to infrastructure, the houses that were destroyed, the roads, as well as ensuring that we take also assessment of schools, bridges, and everything that was destroyed, so that we will be able to respond with speed in trying to rebuild the infrastructure. Of course, we will be working with those families that lost their loved ones to ensure that they are given dignified funerals.
Premier, one of the concerns was also trying to reach areas where people were blocked off and couldn't get out. In terms of the rescue and the evacuations of certain areas, have you managed to get to all the critical areas that you had intended to yesterday?
Yes, we managed by yesterday evening. The most critical area were areas around Molweni where children were trapped and could not go out of the school. And yesterday, through the management, through the assistance of various teams, we managed to evacuate them, all of them, and they were safe. We want to thank the teachers who remain with them, who calmed them down. We want to thank the local community who assisted by providing them food, including the business community, those who run shops there. They managed to provide food to those learners.
Before I let you go, important one, Premier. Yesterday we saw reports of looting in certain areas. There was concern that the police had not been deployed to those critical areas. What has been the response from the police?
Clearly, there are those elements who always, when there are problems, want to take advantage and do their own things. The looting that took place in Umlazi areas, we condemn it in strongest terms. Police were part of those who are trying to save and those communities who were affected by the storm. But right now we have deployed police all over to ensure that such things does not recur.
All right. Premier, thank you so much for your time. The Premier there of KwaZulu-Natal, of course, he's going to be meeting with the President of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, as he arrives in the province to assess the damage. Sakina, back to you.
Thanks so much, Ayanda. And of course, that's where we'll leave it for now, for Morning Live.